Hello, friends. Welcome. I am so happy to be here with you today. And we are here with Heartfelt Creation. And my name is Carrie Giletto. And it's just a great day to get ready for a crafty weekend. I hope that all of you will get a chance to craft this weekend. And we are going to get things warmed up today with a fun kind of all purpose card. Like, I love this card design. I'm serious. It can be a birthday card, it can be a sympathy card, it can be a wedding card, it can be a baby shower card, it can be a wedding shower card, just you name it. This card really is all purpose. And I love having multiple of them in my craft room at all times. And I can just add a sentiment for whatever occasion I need to have a card for. So let's go ahead and switch the camera and take a look at our project today. All right. All right, there we go. So here is our card that just a bouquet of flowers just works for anything. So depending on the colors that you choose, you can just make this work for you in just all kinds of places. And I am just real quick refreshing things. There we go. If you are here with me, pop in the comments there and say hello. Oh, hello, Carolyn and Debbie. It's great to see you. All right, so to make this card, we really just need a few products, and let's look over those. So the star of the show is the Sweet Magnolia Bouquet, and this is just a lovely piece. I love coloring it, and I love that it's very fast and easy to just stamp and die cut. It's a great one if you're going to be reproducing things. And then I'm using two die sets. I'm using the Scalloped Flourish Gateway, and I'm using the Regal Lattice Gateway. So the only thing I'm using the Scalloped Flourish Gateway for is this large outer rim die. I'm using that just to cut my card base. So I'm letting one edge hang over and cutting it on a folded sheet of paper just to give me the card base. Then I do it a second time, the whole thing, so that I can make myself a hinge hider. So that hides my little hinge back here, so I have the full area to work with when I design. But that is the only thing I'm using this one for. Oh, I forgot. I'm also cutting one decorative piece of paper out of that same die. So we're only using that largest die out of that set. Good morning. Good morning, friends. It's great to see all of you. And then our other die set is this Regal Lattice Gateway die. And I'm using the two decorative pieces out of this one. We're using this one right here, and I'm cutting one in white and one in silver. Now, you can see on my original here that I started with, it's not really my original, I've made this card several times, but on this one I've used white and gold. So you could also use some of your colored pattern paper to layer it up to give just a pretty decorative edge. But today I am using the white and the silver. And then I'm using this piece, and there's an outline die, and I'm cutting the little decorative lattice out of the silver, and then I'm using the outline die. I just cut a piece that matches my pattern paper for the back. Now, one of the things that's great about this card design is it's a great way to use up those large pieces of scrap paper that you have in your bin. If you're like me, you end up with half sheets a lot. Like, it's a 12-inch piece and I cut it in half to use one for a card, and then I have these 6 by 12-inch strips that kind of accumulate in my scrap box. So this is a great way to use up those 6 by 12-inch scraps that you have. All right, let's go ahead and put our card base together, and then we'll get into coloring our pretty bouquet. Hi, Shauna. Oh, and Shauna, I didn't get to say thank you so much for being with me yesterday. I saw your name pop up there in the chat, and just thank you for being there with me. That meant a lot. Okay, we are going to go ahead and glue our patterned paper onto the hinge hider. Karen says, good morning from New Zealand. Is it morning there right now? All right, I'm just going to glue that on there. Now, I did go around the edges with the garden patina. So I went around the edges of my paper here with the garden patina. And now for this one, I'm going to add my glue to the card base instead of to my paper. That way I don't accidentally get glue hanging off the edge. Oops. Y'all, I am so glad that it is starting to become fall. Now, the temperature here in Texas is still quite warm, but all the pumpkin goodies are coming out in the grocery store. I love all things pumpkin, and I look forward to this time of year. I already had pumpkin bread for breakfast this morning, and I am just, between now and Christmas, I'm going to be enjoying all those pumpkin goodies. Is anybody else with me on that? One of my favorites is the pumpkin cheesecake. I love some pumpkin cheesecake. All right, so now I'm just going to layer up these two. This is really such a quick card to come together, which is one of the things I love about it, because you're not sacrificing any of the beauty, but you can have several of these on hand, and I like to not put any sentiments on it. And then when I have an occasion, at church, we have so many showers on a regular basis that I can, stamp the sentiment that I need, which is why I'm making some of these right now. We just have so many babies being born right now at our church that I needed a welcome baby girl and welcome baby boy cards. So that's why I made this one in pink, and I'll have this one in blue. I have also used this particular card as a sympathy card as well. Oh, Shauna. Oh, thank you. Oh, Shauna, you will enjoy it. Thank you. Carolyn and Nor. Oh, I just love seeing y'all. Thank you so much for being here with me. Okay, now this one, I'm going to go ahead and just glue down straight onto my decorative piece. But the next, this whole piece, I'm going to pop this one up just to give our card some more dimension. All right. I just think that's so pretty. Isn't that a pretty combination with that blue and silver? Totally different than the pink and gold. It's like a warm version and a cool version. I like that. All right. I'm going to use this nice wide tape and just put that right down on there. Now, if I was going to be mailing this one, I would probably add just another little piece up here, but I know that this one is going in a gift bag, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to center it right here. Isn't that just a fast and easy, beautiful creation there to put your florals on? Even if you were using dimensional flowers, I think this is a really pretty way to use these dies together. So, all right, now the next step, we need to stamp our floral bouquet 3 times, and I stamped it in the leaf green. So I have gone ahead and colored up 2 of them, and together we're going to color this one. And this is such a fun image to color. And again, it's quick and easy. And Carol, you asked what kind of tape is this? This is I don't know if it's 1.5 or 2 inches. Let me measure it real quick. Yeah, it's 2 inches. Whoops. It's the 2-inch wide foam tape from scrapbook.com. And I go through this stuff. I have Every time it goes on sale, I buy like 5 of them, and I just go through it like crazy. I don't ever like to run out of things. So, all right, I'm going to start with the pink peony, and all of the large flowers, I'm going to put a nice I'm putting the majority of the heaviness of the ink right in the center, and then kind of just making a circle so that it's lighter out towards the ends. And there we go. Now I'm doing just the tip because there's a couple little flower buds right down in there. All right, and that is all that I'm doing there. The next one I'm going to come in with is the emerald green, and I'm going to use my makeup brush. And on all the leaves that look like this one, I'm going to put just a little swipe of this emerald green. And there's some that are overlapped, so the ones that are kind of down in there, I'm going ahead and coloring those this emerald green. And you can see how just fast and easy this is. Like, anybody can do this. You don't have to be a fancy colorist. If I were to color this with like Copic markers or something like that, it would probably take me, at least a half hour. All right, now I'm coming in with the vivid chartreuse, and every leaf that I put that emerald green, I'm going to go over the top of it with the vivid chartreuse. You can see I'm just kind of making circular motions. I'm going ahead and pretty much coloring in the entire leaf. And if you missed any with the emerald green, just go ahead and color in vivid chartreuse. It's okay, but I think I got them all. All right, there we go. The next color is going to be the garden patina. And I'm mostly putting my ink right out on the tip. And all these little leaves that are pointy like this, I'm just going to give them a nice soft swipe of this garden patina. And they're mostly out around the edges, so they're pretty easy to find. I think there's just one that's down in the body. There we go. Okay, right down here, there's just a few of those right down in there. All right. Now, also, before I move on from this color, all of these leaves there's only 2 of them that are shaped like this. I'm just going to tap my garden patina onto it. That's it. That makes us done with that color. Now I'm just going to go back to my makeup brush. I'm not even getting the ink out. I'm just going to the makeup brush, and I'm tapping those leaves with the emerald green dauber. And that just gives them a little bit different color. They're not the same as the other leaves, but they're not the same as the patina ones either. So it just kind of changes them up a little bit. All right. Next, I'm going to come in with the majestic violet. I'm going to tap my makeup brush into my ink, and now all these little heathery looking ones, I'm just tapping some ink on there. And there's one down in the body, and other than that, they're mostly out at the edges. All right, did I get them all? I think so. There might be one right there. Okay. There we go. Are you surprised at how easy this is to color up? I just love the way it looks. Oops, wrong dog thing. Okay, now I'm just coming in with the sunflower. And I'm going to, on all the places where the little hash marks are, I'm going to make a heavy, rubbing it on there kind of heavy. And then I'm just going to come back and lightly go over the rest so that my ribbon there has some built-in dimension. There we go. All right. And I do see that I forgot one thing, so I'll come back with my my greens. I can find what I did with it. Here it is. I'm going to come back with my greens and just color the stems because it looks like I forgot those. I usually do them when I do the leaves, and I forgot. There you go. And there, we are done. Now, we're going to go ahead and die cut this one. And here's my other two that I've already done. And this is going to be a fast one today, you guys. It really just comes together so quickly. If I can get my die on there straight. And I am going to have to do that. Yes, you know what, Terry? The makeup brush, I love the triangle daubers, and I use them on so many of the flowers. But when it comes to like real tiny images like this, the makeup brushes are just easier for me to kind of get into those tiny areas without making a triangle shape on my paper. But don't get me wrong, these are golden, and I have tons of them. I go through them pretty fast because I ink my edges of almost everything that I tear them up because I craft so much. What do they say? Craft hard? That's me. I craft hard. Okay. All right. So the reason we need 3 of these, and we do have one more thing to do to this one before we move on. But we're going to do some dimension stuff with this. But you can see how this one looks a little flat and one-dimensional compared to the others. And that's because I came in with some colored pencils. Yes, and when you need just like a long, like the clematis, for instance, when you need to make that stripe down the middle, I use those little triangle daubers to do all kinds of techniques on my flowers. So I would not say makeup brushes replace anything, but they're just another tool to have on hand to do certain things with. So right in the places, I'll hold it up. You see, like just right where the petals meet, I'm just putting a little bit of pink colored pencil in there. And that gives just so much more dimension to my flowers. And I'm also doing the centers, if you can see the centers. But I'm not doing any fancy coloring. I'm literally just adding a little pink color just right down where all the petals meet. And this last one, you can see how fast I'm doing this. It's not, and this little bud right here, it's not fancy. Like I'm not taking lots of time doing a lot of blending or anything. I'm just adding that little dark. Now I have pulled my other pencils if my image needed it, but on all 3 of these, I didn't see a need to add the other colors. I did pretty good with my makeup brush, and I'm happy with that, but that is an option. Okay. I'm going to show you this one. If you turn it on the side, you see how many layers I've got going on there? That is what we're going to do. So we're going to take one of these and make it our base. And I think sometimes I look to see if I like one better than another, but they all look pretty even. I think I'll put this one on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up. Again, using the same foam that I did before. And I'm going to go ahead and pop that up. And like I said, if I was sending this through the mail, I would add a lot more foam on here. But because I know this is going in a gift bag, I'm not going to worry about putting too much foam because and I'm just going to center this right here on our lattice work. And on the next one, I think I'll use this one. I'm going to trim around some of my flowers, okay? And this is just to add some dimension on there. So let's see how I want this next layer to go. I do trim off. Nope, I left it on that one. Okay. I'm starting right here at this leaf, and I'm pretty much cutting off most of the green or sorry, the patina, the garden patina leaves. That's mostly what I'm trimming off. And the little purple sprigs out there, I'm trimming those off. This little flower bud. Okay, I'm not doing the innermost, but I'm doing like one layer in. And really you can't do it wrong. It's whatever you choose. But I want to put a third layer on top, so I don't want to cut too far in. Okay, I'm going to leave my flower up here. Just trim off these garden patina leaves that are on the outer edge. Okay. Go ahead and trim that leaf off as well. Coming around. I could have had this done in advance, but I wanted you to kind of see where I did my trimming. So I saved it to do it with you so you could kind of see. All right, so you can see what I have right here. Now I'm going to add foam to the back of this part, and we're going to layer it up again. Oops. Just a little bit more. Right there. All right. Now, when I layer this on, you kind of have a choice here. You can do it exactly right on top, or you can offset it a little bit. And for this layer, I'm going to put it right on top. Okay. So there we've got our first layer. Oh, Tina, you like this idea. Thank you. Thank you. That's right, Terry. You know, another set that I like to do this idea is the floral basket, where you have the basket and the big floral designs that go on top. I like to cut those apart and layer it up as well. Okay, now for this last one, I'm going to cut right in here in the center. Okay, whoops, wrong scissors. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that bow off. But I'm pretty much just preserving. You know what? I think I cut that off too. I have to kind of look at my original here, or my other one here, to remember where I cut. Okay, this flower right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off, but we're still going to use it. Cut up around here. Okay, I'm pretty much cutting off the whole bottom there. So there's two flowers down there that just came off. I'm going to cut this bud off again over on the side. And now I'm cutting off this top flower as well. Oops. I'll go ahead and cut through there. There we go. Okay, so you might be thinking that this one has 3 flowers, and you're right, it does, because I've pretty much just cut out these 2 that you'll see. And I'm also going to cut off this one little leaf that kind of hangs off the edge there. Just trimming off some of the ugly bits there. Okay. So now that I have it like this, I'm going to go ahead and pop this one up. And again, I'm going to layer it pretty much right on top, maybe offsetting it just a little bit. Okay. Now you see I have these extra pink flowers. I'm going to go ahead and trim those out and layer them into my design. Like this one right here is actually this flower right here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one out. And I'm just trimming the flower off. So I'm taking the purple bits off, the garden patina bits off, and I'm just cutting that flower out. I need to do just a little more trimming in there. All right, now I'm going to add this one in right here. You see that? So it adds another flower in my center. And he has to be popped up too. But I want him popped up in a way that most of him is going to overlap. So just a little bit needs to be. Slide him right up in there. There we go. See how that looks? Just adds another. Now I'm also going to add another one right over here. And I believe I used this one right here. So we're going to cut this one out as well. So that is something you can do when you're layering them up. You know, you don't, like that looks empty over there. Looks like it needs a flower, right? So we're going to go get it a flower. Got him. Oh, there we go. All right. So same thing. I'm going to add a piece of foam to him. And I'll tuck this little bud right in there. And I've still got this one pink flower. We're not going to let him go to waste. It looks like I'm just going to cut off the green over here on the side. So I left a little bit of the garden patina on him. Boy, I'm making a mess over here, aren't I? I get so into the crafting part, I clean up the mess when I'm done. All right. Add a little foam to him. And right over here, whoops, on this other side, I'm just going to poke him in right over here. There we go. All right. All that part is going to be trash. Now you can see that to add that last little bit of lovely, you've got to have some glitter, right? So that is going to be our last step. And today I have my art glitter crystal glitter. I think on the first one I used my this one, but Rajani Chawala. That's oh, Shauna, you all are so kind. Thank you. And we're just going to use I'm just going to use my glue tip here to quickly add, and at kind of the same place I added the pencils and maybe flicking some out onto but all of my pink flowers, I'm going to add a healthy dose of glitter to all of them. And That will just finish this card off to give it that lovely sparkle and shine. I think I got them all. All right. Kind of shake it around because it gets down in those layers. All right. There we go. A very quick and easy, but an awesome card to have on hand. I think if you give this one a go, you're really going to like it. I'll go ahead and switch our camera back. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today to make this a layered bouquet look on your card. It's a fun one. There's all kinds of things going on over on the Heartfelt website. There is another deal that just went live for September that I believe it's spend $100. I've seen two different things, whether it's a free mold or a free die. I'm not sure. So definitely head over there to the website and they will let you know exactly which one the deal that started for September. All right. I do have a tulip card that went live today on my personal channel. So you can check that out as well. And I will be back with you again next Friday. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you love this idea, and we'll give it a try. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye bye.